Next, I am going to explain about the theories of personality. Personality theories are of four types, that is, psychoanalytical theory, type theory, trait theory, and self theories. And first one, I am going to explain about psychoanalytical theory. That is, psychoanalytical theory of personality had held the interest of psychologists and psychiatrists for a long time. Sigmund Freud, its formulator, was quite an influence. It attempts to emphasize three main issues, that is, id, ego, and superego. And these are the components of psychoanalytical theory. First one is id. Id is the only part of personality that is present at birth. It is inherited, primitive, inaccessible, and completely unconscious. The id operates according to pleasure principle, and to seek principle, avoid pain and gain immediate gratification of its wishes. The id contains the life instincts, which are sexual instincts and biological urges such as hunger and thirst. The death instinct, which account for our aggressive and destructive impulses. Ego. The ego is the logical, rational, realistic part of the personality. The ego evolves from the id and draws its energy from the id. One of the main functions of the ego is to satisfy its urges. But the ego, which is mostly conscious, acts according to the reality principle. It must consider the constraints of the real world in determining appropriate time, places, and objects for gratification of its wishes. Then next one is superego. Superego is when the child is at the age of 5 or 6, the superego, that is the moral component of personality, is formed. That is, superego has two parts, that is conscious part and ego ideal part. And the conscious part consists of all the behaviors for which we all have been punished and about which we feel guilty. The ego ideal contains the behaviors for which we have been praised and rewarded and about which we feel pride and satisfaction. In the quest of moral perfection, the superego, a moral guide, sets up signposts that define and limit the flexibility of ego. The next one is type theories. The type theories represent an attempt to put some degree of order into chaos of personality theory. The type theory represents an attempt to scientifically describe personality by classifying individuals into convenient categories. Two categories of type theories of personality are explained here. That is Sheldon's psychotomy theory. That is, William Sheldon has presented a unique body type temperamental model that represents a link between certain anatomical features and psychological traits with the distinguishing characteristics of an individual and his behavior. Sheldon identified three body parts. That is endomorph. He is bulky and beloved. Sheldon's endomorph to be rather fat, thick in proportion to his height. His personality temperament is viscertonic, that is, a person seeks comfort, loves fine food, eats too much, is jovial, affectionate, and liked by all. Mesomorph. He is basically strong, athletic, and tough. All appreciate his physique. In fact, it is this personality all other morphs wishes for. According to Sheldon, he will tend to be somatonic. He is fond of muscular activity. He tends to be highly aggressive and self-assertive. Then ectomorph. These people are thin, long, and poorly developed physically. Though physically weak, he leads the league in the intelligent department. Then Carl Jung extrovert-introvert theory. The way to type personality is in terms of behavior or psychological factors. Jung's introvert and extrovert are an example. However, Carl Jung himself pointed out the introvert-extrovert typology turn out to be more in the nature of continuum and than discrete separate type. Carl Jung proposed his own two-part theory of personality. Carl Jung two types are extrovert. Extrovert are optimistic, gregarious, and sociable. Extroverts are basically objective, reality-oriented individuals who are more doers than thinkers. Introverts, by contrast, introverts are more inward directed people. They are less sociable, withdrawn, and absorbed in inner life. They tend to be guided by their own ideas and philosophy. Few people are complete introverts or extroverts, but the mixture of these two ingredients determines the kind of overall personality of an individual. Next one is trait theory. Some early personality researchers believed that to understand individuals, we must break down behavior patterns into a series of observable traits. According to trait theory, a personality trait can be defined as an enduring attribute of a person that appear consistently in a variety of situations. In combination, such traits distinguish one personality from another. A trait is a personal characteristic that is used to describe and explain personality. It is a list of relatively stable and consistent personal characteristics. Gordon Allport theory. So these are all the personality theories which I explained here.